Hey everybody, Ray here. Welcome to my channel. Today we're doing one of my favorite boxes of all, Comiccon box. I always like this box. It's pretty cool. And it's got a lot of stuff that you like. It's got a wide variety of items. And they always have some cool stuff. You know, and you're not going to like everything. I mean, it's a matter of preference. As it is with every box, it's a matter of preference, what you like and what you don't like. You know, these are just my opinions. If you don't like it, you don't like it. Don't order it from it. That's what I always say. So, let's get started. The theme was back to old school. Not really quite sure why it would be back to old school, unless it's just they're put in conjunction with the kids going back to school. I mean, some of the stuff isn't really old school. I guess I shouldn't say that. There's a couple things that are. But as always with this one, they have a couple things that are on the card that everybody gets, and then the rest are just kind of what they put in for you. So let's start with the ones that they gave you. We'll start with a shirt, which I think is pretty cool. It's really lightweight though. It's a concert tee, and it says "Guns and Muscles, Welcome to the Jungle." It's basically a tie-in with Guns N' Roses' Appetite for Destruction cover and Predator. It's kind of cool though. I mean, you got two things that I like, and then you got the skulls for all the guys. You got Predator, you got Arnold smoking a cigar, and the other guys from the original, Jesse, and so on. Then you got the Guns N' Roses run. I don't know, I like it. I think it's pretty cool. They do have their Comiccon box emblem down the bottom, but as always, it's small. I don't mind it. And being the old guy, I forget where I get these shirts from, so I like to have a little reminder. And it's small enough that it doesn't bother you. Like I said, it's made of the concert tee, 100% cotton, so she'll shrink right down. You can see right through it. Even though it's black, I can see right through it. So it's lightweight, really lightweight. I don't know. We'll see. Hopefully it won't shrink too much. I do like it. So you got that, everybody should have. And then they had the, whoops, got that buried in there. They advertised that they were going to have a Harley comic and then like a Harley Dorb along with it. So they got you your Harley comic, Batman Adventures, first watch of Harley. It's basically a reprint, and it's basically a reprint kind of the way they want it. Because if you look at it, it's got a lot of their Wizard World and Comic-Con TV and stuff on the advertisements, which wasn't on the original. And what was it? There's something else in here that I was looking at that. Yeah, so they basically got they got the comic done, then they just reprinted the cover to the way they want, because they got like the Green Ranger on the back and stuff. So that's kind of cool. It kind of makes it original. It's not something you can buy with all that kind of cover work on it. The inside's just the same as the regular comic, so that's kind of neat. Then they were advertising the door of Harley, and what they sent you was a pop, the original. Whoops, and there I go throwing it. The original Harley Quinn pop. I guess I shouldn't say the original. I forget which one this one is, because there's a lot of Harley Quinn pops out there, so I'm just trying to remember if this was the original or if this had a different theme to it. It doesn't say. But instead of a Dorb, they got the Harley one, which is fine because I don't have this one. I do have a Dorb of Harley, so it was kind of like, I should bring that down so I can look up there. Move bats down. So, you know, I already got the Dorb, which is fine. So it actually worked out good for me. I don't know if other people are going to be mad about it, but I'm assuming that most people already got the Dorb. It's been out for a while, so, and probably some people have this one, but I don't, so I'm happy with it. Then, the prints. As always, I do Rob Pryor. He's got some pretty cool prints. I like them. This one is a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle print, which is pretty cool. His are usually like a combine of two things. Not really sure what this is combined with. It says shell and back, so I'm not sure because it just looks like the original drawing of the turtles. I don't know. It's kind of cool though. I like it. Again, they're still not. He's not signing them. I wish he would. And they put their little Comiccon thing on there, so it knocks the value down quite a bit. I mean, if they put that on there, they should put it on the back, because then it doesn't really wreck the print much. But it's still a cool print. As always, Rob's got some cool prints. I like them. And then they got a bonus one here, and this is from Greg Horn. He does a lot of artwork for different things, you know, Marvel, DC, Image. This one here is actually from a game that Disney's putting out, a telephone or a phone app game for DC and stuff, and he's doing the artwork on. So this is pretty cool though. I like that, and then it's got it signed, you know. Greg's got signed stuff, so I like that. I like to get, they're getting double extra print. I can't even talk today. They're doing an extra print like they did in the last one. They're signed, so that's pretty cool. I like that. Alright, so those items are the ones that are on the card that supposedly everybody gets. You know, they're on their card. The rest of the items are basically whatever they want to give you, whatever they throw in there. You might have the same items, you might not have the same items. So let's go through that. So first off, they're doing something I really don't want them to do. I hope they quit this. They did it on the last one. But you get a game code for a game. And it's basically you're getting, what are you getting here? You get your ultra rare leprechaun blacksmith in this game called Heroes of Newerth. You know, these are just a waste. This is one of the reasons why I quit using Game Fuel, because they always have a stupid code in it, and I don't use these. I don't know anybody who does. Nobody really has time for these things. These would be better in like a arcade block, you know, arcade block or something like that, Nintendo block, you know, something like that. Put game codes in, but don't put them in a Comic-Con box. All right, Comic-Con, give me a comic or something else. That's I did. This is one of the disappointing things to me. I really like this box, and you know, you're gonna have it. It's filler. It's something that they're doing. I hope they quit it, but you know, it's their box. They do what they want. So that was one of the disappointing things. Then you got Pac-Man plush. Little mini plush. I don't have him, so he's kind of cool. I like him. Ghostly Adventures, yeah, just the little ones. Then you got this Street Fighter Ryu Pixel Bricks. So basically, it's like all the pieces, like Lego pieces, but it's not really Lego. It's Capcom, Paladone, and basically you're building your own pixelated Ryu. So there's 181 pixel bricks. That sounds like a lot of work for me. That's kind of cool. I've never seen that before. I guess they got quite a few of them out there for all the Street Fighter variations. So that's kind of cool. And then we got Scribble Knots Unmasked line box. Didn't open yet, so let's open that up. It's kind of cool. I got one before. And where did I put him? Sinestro. Oh, there he is. It wasn't from this box, it was a different one, but this is the one I got last time, was Sinestro. It's DC. So this time we got, oh, this is from the Legion of Superheroes. I forget his name though. Right? Or is this supposed to be Brainiac? I'm not sure. Doesn't tell me. It looks like a cyborg, but it's not cyborg, it's a different guy. As always, they got their little book and mat here that your guy sits on. Not exactly sure who this is though, which hurts, because I should know these guys. DC. He looks like a guy from like one of the enemies of Legion of Superheroes. I can't remember his name. I'll try and get him zeroed in on there. So, if you can remember it, I can't remember it for some reason. It's kind of odd. Alright, so that's kind of cool. I'll put him up there for now. Alright, so that's basically what you get in your box. And then, something that I received, I get the bonus item winner, which a lot of times will be like a signed print from somebody on there. So that's what I got, was a signed, well, print. I guess it would be not really a photograph, but it's Jason David Frank, Green Ranger, signed on the bottom. Now this is a guy who's taken something and really run with it. I've never been a big Power Rangers fan. Back in the day, this guy got chosen as Green Ranger, and he is juggernauted his way through it all the way up to now. And he's done a really good job. I mean, he's basically the face of Power Rangers now. And he does all this other stuff. He does martial arts training. He's got his own show on Con TV. I know he did a piece where him and Ryu fought on Bat in the Sun. If you haven't checked out Bat in the Sun, go check it out. They got some cool stuff. It's usually battles between some superheroes and stuff. And right now they're doing a little skit called Waiting Room, where they have like 3 different heroes sitting in there. It's usually Spider-Man and then 2 other guys. So that's pretty good. But yeah, he's really put that through. Like I say, I'm not a huge fan, but it's always cool to get, you know, a signed print that you would go to Comiccon, pay for to have them do it when you do the autograph sessions and stuff. So that's kind of cool. So, with that being said, we can get to the cost. I mean, it's pretty obvious that it's worth it. And like I say, it's one of my favorite boxes. Always is. But we'll still do the cost like we usually do. So first off, t-shirt, $12 standard. The pop, usually run about $9 on that. That's about lower, but you know, and this is a common one, so that's a fair price for it. This Ryu brick thing, that's like $10. Excuse me. Pac-Man, which kind of surprised me because he's a little hanging plush thing, but he's selling for like $12. I don't know where they get these prices from sometimes. The Scribble Knot, this little guy right here, they're selling about $9, but I mean, they're pretty common. You can probably get them for like a couple bucks anywhere else. And then we get into the specific things. That's something, when you get from Comic-Con box, you get some things that are kind of more collectible, and so pricing is kind of more judging as far as what it's worth to somebody than it is a cash value on there. So if we go for the comic, I mean, right now comics are like $5. It's just insane. We can get value of $5 on there because it's got a variant cover, I guess you'd call it. It's identified, so it might be worth something more because there's only, if they only made so many of these, it'll be worth more and as time goes on. But we can throw $5 on it because that's what your comics cost now. You know, anywhere from $4 to $5. Still just insane. Your game code, I don't put any value on these because I don't use them, and they're just not worth it. So nothing on that one. Your print, your Rob Pryor prints. A lot of prints, depending on who does it, you know, they can range from 15 to 20 to more depending on size, but excuse me. But this one, because I've got this little Comic-Con thing on it, I think drops the value. I'd probably put $10 on it just because of that. If it didn't have that, I'd probably put about 15 or so, 20, somewhere in there. Usually they're selling for 20 bucks, these prints from artists. That being said, this one I put $20 on because it's signed, it's a print. That's about the value they have for selling on them. And then the signed print by the Green Ranger. This was kind of difficult because you go to Comiccon, it depends. Sometimes you got to pay $20, $30, and this is what you get. They'll sign one of these prints for you. So does that make the value $30? Not really. I mean, I think that has more to do with because you're meeting the guy and shaking his hand and stuff and getting to talk to him. So I'll probably put a 15 just because it's signed and stuff. And it's not really a drawn print, it's just like a photograph. So you can put 15 on it. But I mean, it's all a matter of opinion and what you value it for. I mean, if somebody loves the Green Ranger and they get this, it's going to be priceless to them, I guess, for whatever. So, I mean, if you add it all up, you're on $80, $90 value on there. You pay like 40 bucks for the box, if I remember right. Something like that with shipping. So, I mean, you're getting double your value. And usually you do with comiconbox. And like I say, I really like comiconbox because of all the stuff they get in it. The only thing I really have trouble with is they start going with that game code. Just don't do that. Put a comic in there for me. You know, this is comiconbox, not Arcade Box or Geek Fuel or anything like that. So I just don't like that. Otherwise, everything else is cool. I like it all. It's, you know, you're getting signed things. The prints are always cool. I like the shirt a lot. The comic is cool. Pops. I don't see anything really bad besides that game code, and that just doesn't matter that much. You count it as filler. It's no big deal. You can have filler that you don't like sometimes. So as always, the value's there. It's a cool box. I like it. So coming up, box 6 theme. They don't do monthly. They do numbers. Dark Nightmare is what it's going to be. Having to do with October, I'm sure, Halloween. So it's kind of hard because they do these themes, but they're kind of like weak themes. Like this last one was back to old school. I would say the comic you can consider going back to old school. Turtles you could go back to old school maybe, even though there's a new version of them. The T-shirt was old school with Guns N' Roses and Predator. Other than that, it's not really back to old school, but you know, the themes are kind of basic guidelines, I guess you could say. Dark Nightmare, that could be anything. I'm sure it's going to be Halloween themed, maybe some scary stuff. If you go off the pictures, like the last one, they had Harley and Turtles, Green Ranger, Wonder Girl instead of Wonder Woman. So you can go off the pictures. On this picture, they got Batman, zombies. Looks like they got Ash from Evil Dead. That'll be cool if we can get something there. So other than that, it's just guesswork. So, as always, if you like it, unlike it. Subscribe to see what else we got coming up. Comments, what you thought of the box, what you liked about it, what you didn't like about it. As always, it's always my favorite box. It doesn't really matter. Your value is always going to be there. As far as that goes, there's always some good stuff in it because they have such a wide range of stuff that they put in there. So, until next time, we'll see you later, and thanks for watching.